Whoa, this is really dark. It's funny. Soon as I hit the record button, the screen looked a lot lighter, and now it's a lot darker. But D back with another Tuesday tip for you here. And just a little quick one, and that's about UPS units. I don't know if you'll be able to see that as dark as it is, but that's my UPS unit. It's essentially an uninterruptible power source. And what that does is keeps you from losing your work, keeps you from stopping working in case you have a power outage. For example, last week had a huge issue with, I don't know if it was because of storms, because we didn't really have any storms, uh, which we often do in Florida. But anyway, we lost power for several hours of the morning into the mid afternoon. So my day got pushed way behind, and thank God for uh, having a particularly slower day that day. Usually I don't like slower days, but it was good to have a slower day because I didn't have a bunch of clients that were PO'd at me about delays. But so I invested some research and found out about these UPS units. And this thing, not only is it a great idea because if I were to lose power right now, I would be able to run all my equipment, computer, my interface, obviously my mics and everything connected to my interface. Um, Basically, I could keep my studio running for, I believe, up to 8 hours on this particular one. You can tell by the battery itself. Like when I got this in the mail, this thing, it's like a car battery. Like that's how heavy it is. The other cool thing about this particular unit is the fact that it's also a very, very, very high end surge protector. So, another thing that happens here quite often is we have lightning strikes. And good thing for this thing because the other day we had a lightning strike right outside the house. And of course, everything flickered. And so there was a surge running through the house. Luckily, everything was A OK. And I attribute a lot of that to having proper surge protectors. We usually keep surge protectors for all the electronics anyway. But the nice thing, like I said, about this is one of those units that'll not only protect the voltage situation and keep everything regulated, but also in case you were to lose power, it has a battery, so you can flip that power back on. So right now, it's essentially just always charging if I keep it on. So while it's plugged in, it's basically charging that battery. And then if I were to lose power, I just flip the switch to turn the battery on, and then I believe, like I said, about 8 hours worth of juice. So I could basically do a whole workday on backup power. Sure beats a generator because those things are loud and you don't want loud when you're recording. So that is my Tuesday tip for this week. I hope it's helpful. I apologize for how dark it is in my studio, but I'm also doing some renovations here, as you can see. Some of the new paneling that is being installed thanks to Acoustimac. I'll tell you guys about all that in next week's video. Take care and always keep shining.